seems so strong, and you just can't go on. Pray for your helping hand. You'll see the sun will rise again. You'll find the strength to carry on up to heaven where you belong. 'Cause life is but a journey for us all.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to our exciting new series, Building a Better Future. I'm still your host Malik, and I'm still here with Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid. Please check out Sheikh Karim online at karimabuzaid.com or on YouTube, check out his videos at Islam Way 71. The last episodes we were talking about, we briefly spoke about the attributes that we would like to instill in our children in order to raise up a generation of empowered, strong, confident Muslims, inshallah ta'ala. So we hope you have your mushafs next to you. Please open the mushaf to chapter 5, verse 54. Take a look at that, and we will continue, inshallah, from last episode, inshallah. Sheikh Karim, thank you for being here again. And Jazakallah, thank you for your time. Sheikh, we're talking about children and what we need to instill in them.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله. Malik, listen to this verse, the verse that you refer to, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 54. Surah number 5. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu. Allah is addressing the believers. Man yartadda minkum an dini. If you choose not to believe, if you choose to leave Islam, if you choose to go away, you're not going to harm the religion of Allah at all. Allah will bring a better generation than you, who will do the work of Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse, He identified 6 attributes, but we're going to confine them into just 3.
Okay.
For the sake of time.
Okay.
Here is the first one, that they love Allah and Allah loves them. Let's talk about this one because this one is a key.
This is the key.
But subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began in this verse, Malik, that Allah loves them. You know, it's easy to claim that you love Allah.
Most of us claim this, yeah. Most people, very easy to claim that.
But what you really want to gain is
the love of Allah on you.
The love of Allah. That Allah loves you. Because if Allah loves you, it's over.
How do we gain this, Shaykh? How can we gain the love of Allah?
It's
a big topic, I know.
Imagine your child is loved by Allah. That is the type of child that you want to bring to this world.
Of course.
And I recall في صحيح البخاري when Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu went to Yemen, and he recited this verse where at the end of it Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وَاتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ خَلِيلًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took Ibrahim, Nabiullah Ibrahim,
of course, alayhi salam,
as a friend. Imagine being the friend of Allah.
Yeah, of course.
Imagine being the friend of Allah. You know, one of the women heard this verse recited. She could not control herself. You know how she reacted? قَرَّتْ عَيْنُ أُمِّ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلِكُ الْمُلُوكِ اتخذ ولدها خليلا. How happy and delighted the mother of Ibrahim must be. The king of the kings took her son for a friend.
SubhanAllah.
SubhanAllah. Imagine you asking your son, who you hanging around with, and your son tells you, I'm hanging around the son of
so-and-so, Joe from down the street, for example, right?
Look at this. إذا أحب الله عبدا نادى يا جبريل. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a servant of his, and هذا الحديث في البخاري حديث أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه, he will call upon Jibreel Jibreel, the archangel Jibreel. Jibreel, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ra'ah. He saw him in his actual form, 600 wings. He blocked the horizon.
SubhanAllah, huge.
Ya Jibreel, listen to this. Allah will speak. إني أحب فلانا ابن فلان فأحبه. Allah will speak to Jibreel. I love so the son of so. Allah will say your name.
SubhanAllah, think about that. I mean, imagine that.
By the way, we have an example in the Sunnah, Hadith Anas, في كتاب التفسير صحيح البخاري. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم saw أبي بن كعب passing by him. فنادى عليه يا أبي. Ubay هذا is one of the people whom Allah, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, learn the Quran from, and he named Ubay.
Ah, he's one of those mentioned.
Yes.
Okay.
Ya Ubay, oh Ubay, come. Ubay came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, Ubay ibn Ka'b رضي الله عنه, قال ماذا رسول قال إن الله أمرني أن أقرئك أو أقرأ عليك سورة البينة. Allah has commanded me to recite to you Surah Al-Bayyinah. Ubay did not care about the Prophet reciting Surah Al-Bayyinah, but he worried about one thing. Ya Rasul Allah, did Allah say my name to you?
Of course.
Did Allah
say my name?
Asammani Allahu lak, Ya Rasul Allah. Did Allah say my name to you, O Messenger of Allah? You went down prostrating and weeping and crying. Right in front of him, that Allah said my name.
Of course, imagine.
Imagine Allah loves you. Allah loves you.
So we want to raise children that are loved by Allah. This is our goal.
Allah will pronounce your son's name to Jibreel.
What more honor could you want?
Ya Jibreel, O Jibreel, I love so the son of so, I want you to love him, Jibreel. Jibreel then will call upon the dwellers of the heavens. Who are the dwellers of the heavens? Al-Malaika, angels. Ya Malaika, O Malaika, Allah loves so and so, love him. The angels will love your child. The angels,
plural,
will love your child. But look at the next one. ثُمَّ يُوضَعُ لَهُ الْقَبُولُ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will place the acceptance of that person in the hearts of the believers in earth.
So his fellow Muslims will love him as well.
Believers will love him. Imagine your son, your child is loved.
Be loved by everyone.
So you want to bring a child
naturally,
whom Allah will love, angels will love, believers will love.
Of course.
That's the generation.
This is our generation.
This is the
we're
generation.
Looking for.
This is the generation. But again, love is a two-way what?
Two-way street.
Two-way street.
Exactly.
Yes, Allah loves you. This is a key. But you must instill in your children certain things in order to develop the love for Allah. And this is what we're looking for.
Okay, and how can we do that, Shaykh?
Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimahullah, Ibn al-Qayyim هذا is one of the people who like, they call him a diver. You know a diver?
Yeah.
Someone who dives
into the pool.
In the revelation, dives in the revelation.
He's deep.
And he normally brings pearls.
Oh,
he doesn't come back empty-handed.
Oh.
Pearls.
Pearls.
He actually mentioned 10 things that can be done.
Okay.
We just want to do 5.
Okay, let's not do it.
And I want the parents just to focus on those 5.
Okay.
Number 1, Al-Quran.
Number 1.
Al-Quran. Tadabbur al-Quran. Then at the end of the day, Al-Quran is the words of who?
Of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Kalamullah.
The words of Allah.
Do you love Allah?
Of course.
Okay.
So we should learn His book.
Shouldn't you read His words?
Yeah, of course.
It's the letter that Allah sent to you.
Yeah.
And the messenger is Muhammad. The deliverer was Muhammad.
Subhanallah.
But billah alayk, ya Malik, when you love not you, but somebody else, I know you're married. You love somebody, a woman or something, and she sends you a letter. Hopefully a lawful love.
Of course.
That you're hopefully have already marriage contract or something, and you're far apart. That she's your wife.
Right.
One way or another. And then she sends you a letter. Don't you get it out and read it all the time?
Of course. Sheikh, I have an interesting story I want to share with you really quickly.
Yeah.
There was a speaker, he's speaking to a group of Christians. He says, raise your hand if you think the Bible is the Word of God. He said, yes. Then he says, raise your hand if you've read the Da Vinci Code. They all rose their hand. And he said, raise your hand if you all read the Bible. No one raised their hands. He said, from start to finish. He said, don't you believe, if you believe it's the Word of God, didn't you want to read it? So subhanAllah, so as Muslims, if we love Allah, we want to read our Musaf and memorize it and study it and reflect upon it.
Yeah. Not just reading it. You know, reading just the Mus'haf. I mean, even if you teach your children the recitation of the Quran, for every letter they make one hasana. And the hasana is how many times? 10 times. If they just recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, how many hasanas? 190 hasanas. So it's a source of good deeds for them. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Al-Mahiru, if they are eloquent with the Quran, the person who is eloquent with the Quran in the day of resurrection will be Al-Mahiru bil-Quran ma'a as-safarat al-kiram al-bararah. He will be with the noble of the angels.
SubhanAllah. What if he's not eloquent with it?
Learn,
practice.
That is early age. And this is where, you see, you got to instill in your child the Quran.
You can't wait till he's 15.
No.
You have to wait till what's a good age to start teaching Quran? When he can start speaking?
First of all, they should listen to it.
From even in the womb, actually.
In the womb.
Yeah, even in the womb, actually, yes.
You already said it.
Yeah, okay.
In the womb. They should listen to it all the time.
Okay.
And then as soon as they are body trained, and that's the word for this,
okay,
look for a program. Don't look at the age. Don't look at the size.
Because it differs.
As soon as they are body trained, and they are able to speak,
then
right away find a program.
Bring a sheikh or find a program.
Yes.
Okay.
And spend on this one.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about the wealth you are spending because the result is something which is priceless.
You see, that's the problem.
Right. We're looking at the wealth.
We want to build, we must sacrifice.
We have to invest in something. So
we must invest. Ya ikhwa, brothers and sisters, and I speak to the viewers. If your child recites, your child memorizes the Quran, they can be entitled to intercede for you in the day of resurrection.
SubhanAllah. What more do we want?
One of the wording of this hadith that they will place in the heads of the parents a crown made out of light.
SubhanAllah.
Tajun min nur, tijanun min nur.
SubhanAllah.
Don't. Right now, some people who will do this work are the people of the hereafter. So the first thing, in order to instill into the hearts of our children the love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the Quran.
Number one.
The Quran.
Okay.
Comes in with the Quran not just reciting it, not just reading it,
reflecting upon it. And inshallah, in the next segment, inshallah, we'll continue talking about reflecting on the Quran. Dear viewers, stay tuned to the next segment, inshallah. We have much, much more with Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid.
Heaven, heaven where I belong. Da, 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 da. Up to heaven, heaven where I belong.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. I still hope you have your Musafs next to you open to chapter 5, verse 54. And we're talking about our children and what kind of investment we should make in the future. And of course, the best investment we can make is with our children. Sheikh Karim, thank you for staying with us. And we were speaking about the children, Sheikh, and we want to instill in them not just the memorization of the Quran, but we want to reflect and teach them the Quran from day one.
You see, Malik, the verse that you refer to, it talked about the generation that will be empowered on earth. And then it mentioned the attributes
of that generation.
And the first attribute, that Allah loves them and they love Allah. Now, Allah loving you is the beginning, is the key.
This is the key.
This is the key. And if Allah loves you, then He will use you. But you as a parent, what you want to do, you want to instill inside your child whom you're bringing up some of the acts that can develop the love for Allah.
And this is obligatory on parents.
Obligatory.
It's not something that we should do in our spare time.
No,
Of course
it's not optional.
It's too serious of a topic.
It's a responsibility. It's a responsibility.
Of course.
Parents right now, Malik, they worry about their children learning the best of math.
Engineering, science, medicine, which
best
is
of
good,
science.
but still not.
It's needed.
Right.
But this is what you're required to do. Allah commanded you in the Quran, a command here. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. O ye believe, safeguard your children. Safeguard yourselves and your family. A hellfire, the fuel of which is rocks.
And how do we safeguard ourselves from hellfire?
Ali ibn Abi Talib said, teach them the deen.
Of course. Teach them the deen. This is our
The
safeguard.
Quran.
The
The Quran is not an option.
It's right.
It is not a weekend thing.
Right.
It's a continuous thing. So the first thing that can instill inside the heart of your children the love for Allah is learning the book of Allah. Learning the book of Allah.
Okay.
And a lot of the parents, and I speak out of experience, bifadlillahi ta'ala, by the grace and the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I was able to help establish Hifz programs in America. Program called Taqi in different places. Actually, we have one in Egypt here, and one in Denver, and one in Lanham, Maryland. And we actually have graduates of this program.
Wonderful.
A lot of the parents, they worry about just their children memorizing the Quran.
That's not enough.
No. They must learn how to recite first.
The principles of recitation.
Yes, which is Ahkam al-Tajweed.
Okay.
Then they must learn something called Arabi Quran, or Quranic Arabi.
What does this mean?
Meaning they must know what Nar is, Jannah is. These are words that always repeated in the Quran.
And they have a huge meaning.
Muttaqeen is, Zalimin is, Kafirin is,
Okay.
Munafiqeen is. So when they hear these words repeated, and when they recite it all the time, it has a meaning.
Yeah, enters their heart.
Because a lot of our viewers are Ajam, non-Arabic speaking.
Right, of course.
They are not Arabic speaking.
The majority, we could say.
Of course, the ideal thing is to bring them up with the Arabic language, which is impossible in an environment where the father and the mother are not speaking Arabic.
Right.
Even sometimes I see a Arabic father, Arabic mother, they speak English to one another at home.
Or they teach the kids French before Arabic. That's another topic.
This is, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is something wrong here. I mean, don't even discuss this with me, because, but here it is. They must learn how to recite. They must learn how to comprehend some of the words.
Okay.
So this is a key. So this is step number one, is the Quran.
Okay.
The Quran, don't begin, look at the history of our righteous predecessors. They all began with the Quran.
Okay.
And at the age of 7, 8, 9, they could finish the Quran.
Okay.
And I want all the mothers, before they intend to have babies, before they intend to have children, make sure that you also have the intention that you want them to memorize the book of Allah. They want them to be teachers of the book of Allah. And remember, this will kick a lot of reward to you in this dunya and in the hereafter.
SubhanAllah.
Allah, Ya Malik, will bless a house where there is children are memorizing the Quran. Huh? Wallahi, I seen with my own eyes. وَلَسْتُ بِحَانِث. We should not be saying Wallahi all the time. But this is something that I have seen parents who transformed from Jahiliyyah to Islam because of their children in America.
That is amazing.
In America.
The children were the catalyst to change the old generation.
هذا من علامات الساعة. This is one of the signs of the hour. أن تلد الأمة, one of the explanation of this hadith.
Oh,
one of its
I never
explanation.
thought about that.
One of its explanation.
Yeah.
The scholars of hadith Jibreel.
I never understood that hadith.
Oh yeah. So, like a father who died hard for his child. He probably did not pray. He did not even look like a Muslim. And all what he did, he wanted his child to receive the knowledge of the Quran. He enrolled him into a Hifz program. he would bring him. You know, the Hifz program, we always have these functions.
Yeah.
Come, we have this graduation this year.
Right.
And he begins hearing a word here and there. By all of a sudden, the beard is coming out.
SubhanAllah. Yeah.
And by all of a sudden, the brother is very punctual in the lectures.
Right.
Transformation.
It affected his heart.
Mothers who never wore hijab. And I mean not a scarf.
Right.
Hijab, I always stress, because a lot of Muslims now, they think the hijab is the khimar.
We're going to get to that
Yeah.
in detail, inshallah.
Yeah. By all of a sudden transformation. I have seen children who were the causes for their parents to transform from Jahiliyyah, from no Islam to Islam.
SubhanAllah.
So you will receive the blessing. Yani, enough. Yani, I read this verse. And you open the subject that really, that's what I've been preaching to my communities. A lot of them, they do not believe in that stuff, so they give me a very hard time, but I'm a die-hard on this.
Regarding teaching Quran to the kids?
No, regarding the next generation.
Oh, right.
What need to be done for the next generation.
Yeah.
A mark of success of any community is what we're doing for the youth.
What did we produce?
What did we produce? What are we going to leave behind us? That's what I'm preaching.
Our legacy.
Our legacy.
Yeah.
We're going to leave this world. We may not exist tomorrow. What are we leaving this message to whom?
We want to, exactly, we want to leave a child on the earth that says, La ilaha illallah.
Yeah.
Right, Sheikh?
Yeah. So, look at this verse. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا في سورة الطور واتبعتهم ذريتهم بإيمان ألحقنا بهم ذريتهم وما ألتناهم من عملهم من شيء كل امرئ بما كسب رهين. A verse in Surah Al-Tur which says, those who believed and they died as believers and their children followed them with belief as well,
okay,
we will make them join one another in Jannah.
SubhanAllah.
No, that's not the end of it.
That's not even the end
No,
of it.
no. Hear carefully here. How many levels is Jannah? 100. 100 levels. Jannah is 100 levels. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ذكر في الحديث الصحيح that أهل الجنة يتراءون كما نتراءى النجوم. That you see the next level like you see the star in the sky.
SubhanAllah. Think of the distance, discrepancy.
The next level like the star in the sky. Okay? طب now 100 level. We know the highest one is what? Firdaus al-A'la. اللي هو those who obey Allah and His Messenger. You know the companion who came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم قال يا رسول الله, I'm going to miss you, from معجم الطبراني, I'm going to miss you here in the dunya. If I miss you, I come and sit with you, and now I know that you're going to go to the highest level. And then Allah revealed the verse, وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And whoever obeys Allah will go back to obedience.
Yes.
To Allah and His Messenger, they will be
In the
with
highest
with the highest level. But what happened? Here is what this verse is addressing. What happened if your father only qualified to be in the bottom level?
But his son qualified for the top.
For the top.
SubhanAllah.
Now Allah is saying we'll make them join one another. So are we going to bring the one down?
No, of course not. Inshallah, we'll bring the bottom up.
So you see, that's I'm talking to the parents.
Yes.
If your deed got you only to the lowest level of Jannah, which is not bad, by the way. I mean, it's wonderful. But we should always aspire for
more,
for the highest level. And because of the investment of your child, you brought him up to be one of the Huffaz al-Quran, one of the people who memorize the Quran, recite the Quran all the time. Especially if the container of the Quran, meaning the manners, is a Quranic also.
Yeah.
Not just memorizes the Quran, but yet he still cusses and he still does all these bad things. No, the container is good too.
Yeah.
Look at this now. أَلْحَقْنَا بِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ. Will make the children, the parents, join the children in the highest level. This is the best investment. So the first key to instill into the hearts of your children the love for Allah is have them love the words of Allah. Kalamullah, which is the Quran.
Of course.
Yes, and inshallah, maybe I see that our time is running out this episode, but maybe next episode, inshallah, we're going to talk a little bit more about what can we instill into our hearts, into the hearts of our children, in order for them to basically love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, inshallah, we'll continue in that strain, inshallah. Sheikh, thank you so much for your time. Jazakallah khairan. It's really a pleasure to be with you and an honor to present your show, Building a Better Future. Stay tuned, next episode, dear viewers. As you can see, we're having a very interesting conversation with Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid, all the way here from Denver, Colorado. Check him out online at karimabuzaid.com. Until next time, we leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And when the darkness seems so strong and you just can't go on, pray for your helping hand. You'll see the sun will rise again. You'll find the strength to carry on up to heaven where you belong. 'Cause life is but a journey for us all. We cry, we laugh, we run, sometimes we fall. But through it all, always recall, God never gives a burden to toll.
Huda TV strives to bring you, our viewers, the best in Islamic programming. Please send your comments and suggestions to feedback@huda.tv.